Hello, good morning, and welcome to another Monday morning art talk. So I'm going to start off with a quote today, and this quote comes from an announcer, Howard Cosell. You may have heard of him. But he said, "The ultimate victory in competition is derived from the inner satisfaction of knowing that you have done your best and that you have gotten the most out of what you have to give." And this is in regards to competition, and I'm discussing this because one of my students had brought this up and mentioned that he struggled with competition when he was in school. He was competitive and just trying to be the best animator, trying to be the best one in the class, and just putting that sort of effort and energy into it. And it seemed like something that would have, maybe just overworked your mind just a bit and almost can become very stressful because you're trying to just be better than other people. And first of all, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with trying to be the best or trying to be better, okay? The reality that I find is that it does come from when you can just let go and stop worrying about trying to be as good and better than someone else, because it seems like it puts a lot of pressure on oneself as opposed to just doing it for yourself. And I mentioned this quote before that Oscar Wilde said was, "Be yourself because everyone else is already taken." Now, this is something where in a competitive nature, that's going to get you work, and sometimes people throw you into that where you're competing. I've go through it many times, all the time really, and still today I go through a competitive nature in the character design field. And what that is whenever I'm hired to work on freelance projects that I work on for different studios, they're no longer just using one guy, one designer. It's not the system anymore. Now it's just let's find 10 designers and let's give them all a shot and see who comes up with the best. Now that becomes competitive. Now that becomes a form of pressure. But I can tell you this, and something that I do, I just don't worry about them. I don't worry about what anyone else is doing because I can't control what they're going to do. I don't have their ideas. I can't control their ideas. I can't try to manipulate what they're going to do. And that's just the nature of the business. So all I can do is just focus on myself and be myself and do my best. And when you think about that, that's like the Boy Scout motto, do your best. And that's what you have to think about, where we have our heroes, we have our models. Like for me, it was, Mort Drucker, Jack Davis, Norman Rockwell, J.C. Leyendecker, Frank Frazetta, Uderzo. The list goes on with all the different people that I admired. And I knew that probably what they had to do, they had to, be better than people to get certain jobs. It does come down to the skill level, right? So people are going to be hiring you based on your skill level where you're at. But is there truly a need for that real competitive edge in art? And when you look at sports, and my student brought up just about looking at sports and the dedication that someone must have had to gone through. They were being competitive throughout the whole sort of sports career to make them better. But that's what it is, through his own mind, and saying, I know there's people that are better than me. I know that all the artists that I just mentioned were better than me. But what can I do myself to just try to get up to that level, if I can ever get to that level? Because that's a desire, that's a goal, that's a dream, and you want to pursue that. But I think it's very important, again, just to know that you're not going to be that person, and there's never going to be that person. There's going to be people who are going to get close to being like those people, but they're going to have their own unique way of doing something, which makes it independently them. But it is, I don't want to say that it's healthy to be competitive, because I don't believe that it is. I don't think it is at all. I think you you stress yourself out more is what I think, and maybe what I've seen from other people, that it becomes a stressful thing. So it's not healthy. I think you can have that admiration. And you can know that if I'm only just subpar, if I'm only doing 5%, but that person's doing 10%, well, I know I got to step up my game. So let it just be that. Know for yourself, I got to step up my game. And that not that I'm going to turn it into this whole big ordeal and get jealous and get upset, and because that's what happens in the competitive world when you don't win. When you don't make the top of the class, when you don't get that job because someone beat you to it. if you let that get to you, it's going to get to you because you're being so competitive. Then you're just going to get angry, and I don't think that that's a healthy thing. So why not know that competition is, like Howard Cosell said, comes from the inner satisfaction of knowing you have done your best, okay, and that you have gotten the most out of what you have to give. And knowing that I did it, I did my best. Can I do better next time? Yes. Why not? You can try. Okay, I didn't succeed that time. Like they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So that's what you're going to do. I didn't succeed. I didn't get that job offer. I didn't get the first here. I didn't do that. I didn't accomplish that this time around. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do it if I keep trying, if I keep trying and try a different approach, a different way. And that's what it is. And that's where competition needs to be really within yourself, and not necessarily that whole looking at other people and looking at other people's accomplishments and their successes, because that's not, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to get aggravating. And so make that competition for yourself, if anything. And what that competition is, it equals a goal. So set that goal for yourself. Let that be your competition. Let that give you something to strive for. Let that give you something just to eventually attain, and then be satisfied with the result. And then change it if it's not what you're expecting. But it doesn't matter. Your goal right now as an artist in this industry, as a commercial artist, is to just improve upon your skills. However you choose to improve upon your skills, that's your number one goal. You need to know what it is that you want to do. You need to just get a little bit more versatile in some of your work. I talk to a lot of people through the mentorship program that I do, and what I find is a lot of people, they're just not versatile enough in a field they want to get into. So you got to know, and that comes down to, what's your competition looking like? What does the field look like? You want to be a storyboard artist, a character designer? Well, what do they look like? What are they doing? What do I need to do? And fully research that and know what your competition is doing, but don't be competitive to where you give yourself that stress. Okay, don't destroy yourself mentally that way. But know these things and research those things. Know what's involved in being a character designer in the industry. A lot of people don't even know what just it really takes, what you need to have in that portfolio to show the production side. I see some guys who are really great illustrators. They oh man, that's brilliant, that's amazing. But could you work in a production facet? Do you have that sort of portfolio geared towards that? No. So that's what you got to work towards. That's what you got to keep your eye on the prize for. That's what you got to look out for. All right. So that's it. Other than that, have a great one. And if you're going to be at Comic-Con, I'm at the end of R1000. So I'll see you there. Take care. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey. All right, so you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it up, because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing, and with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks.
Whoa! Hey! Go back. Go back.
Go back.
Great. Go back. Go back.